Welcome in, everybody, to the first episode of NFL Picks on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. I'm KJ Doyle. I'm sure you've seen Ev Singleton's NBA picks on the channel that have circulated over the last few weeks or so. So we're starting up an NFL pick series, and I'm going to be the one picking these games. And I feel pretty confident. I've picked plenty of games in the past, and I've done pretty well for myself. A lot of people come to me for gambling advice, so I figured why not give this a shot. So we're going to see what my record is on the overall season. I'll let you know how we're going to do this. I don't know exactly how. I think each week I'm going to probably do one stay-away game. I think that's how I'm going to parse that out. I don't think I should do multiple. I'll still pick the games for the overall record, but I'm still going to label it a stay-away to see what our overall record will be on the season. I'm not going to pick the Thursday games. I'm just going to do this every Saturday, so I'll skip those, even though might have been pretty easy to pick the Colts this week. But I'm just going to skip the Thursday games. I don't see any point in doing that. And I'm going to have 4 golden locks. So each week, I guess this week it's going to be 4. Maybe I'll try to go to 5. Maybe it'll be 3 some weeks. I might change it. If I don't feel really good about a game, I'm not going to give you 5 just for the sake of giving you 5. So this week, looking at the slate, I have 4 that I think are very golden, the ones that I'm putting up there. But I'll have a little golden lock. Maybe I'll have a nice little tie-in with Chase Winovich too, even though he's not playing too much for the Patriots this year. But the golden locks will be the ones that I feel the most confident about. So I'll have the overall record, even with the stayaways. I'll include the stayaways in there, even though I don't feel great about those. And I'll have the golden locks as included in the overall picks, but also marked as their own separate record once that gets going. So without further ado, let's just start. I know what you guys are here for. Let's pick the games. Starting things off, I'm going to go with the FanDuel odds on this one. So the FanDuel lines, I should say, on this one. So that's what we'll go with. First up, Houston versus Miami. Miami favored by 5.5. Miami's obviously struggled this season, but finally going against a bad Houston team. I have to imagine Miami's going to get back on track. Having the Deshaun Watson rumors out of the realm for now, at least now that the NFL trade deadline's passed, maybe that allows them to feel a little more comfortable, a little more secure. So maybe it allows Tua to feel that way especially. So I'm going to take the Dolphins. Minus 5.5 is the first pick. Second pick, minus 9.5 for Dallas. I've seen this as high as 10. This is close to me. When I saw it at 10, I was more towards Denver. 9.5, obviously, scary for obvious reasons. I don't need to detail those. I'm still going to pick Denver. I think that Denver plus 9.5. Jerry Jeudy's, he'll have another week under his belt. He was still kind of getting in a rhythm last week. They didn't use him as much as I think they're going to use him this week. So I think Denver's going to look a lot better. I think that's too much for Dallas. I mean, I understand Dallas has been good this year, but this Dak Prescott thing, is it going to linger? Is he going to have any limitations because of that? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Denver plus 9.5. Vikings, Ravens favored by minus 6. I love Dalvin Cook. You see the jersey in the background, but I have to go with Baltimore minus 6. Minnesota just hasn't been blocking well enough to give me confidence in them. Their offense, for whatever reason, is not finding a rhythm. So I'm going to go with Baltimore minus 6 in this one. It's a little big, especially for Minnesota's offense, which can be explosive, but I'm not going to go there. New England minus 3.5. I've seen this minus 4, minus 3.5. Either way, I'm picking New England. Sam Darnold, obviously, dealing with concussion last week. Seems like he'll play and he'll be fine, but even in spite of that, Sam Darnold has been really tailed off since his hot start. New England's given him fits in the past. Obviously, with the Jets, he has some bad memories, some ghosts. In New England a little bit. So obviously, this game not in New England, but even still, I feel pretty confident in the Patriots' ability to take down the Panthers this week. I know they have a nice defense. Stephon Gilmore looking for their revenge game. I think the Patriots are playing good football, so I'll take the Patriots. Whether it's minus 3.5, minus 4, I don't care what it sits at. I'm taking the Patriots. Buffalo. This has gone up to minus 14. I saw it at now. It's at minus 14.5. I'm going to take Buffalo. I don't care what the line is at this point with Buffalo. If they're playing a team this bad, I'm taking Buffalo. The way they blew out the Texans a few weeks ago, I don't care. I'm taking Buffalo minus 14.5. Cleveland minus 2.5. Cincy's minus 2.5 over Cleveland. This to me is the stay away. This is the stay away of the week. I'm not touching this one. The Bengals confuse me. They looked really good and then they lose to the Jets, and the Cleveland confuses me because I think they're good, but now they have this drama following them. And is the Odell thing going to motivate them, or is it going to serve as something that impacts their team, and now they're not ready for this game? It's too weird. There's too many weird things about this game. Stay away. If I had to pick it, I think just because of the way they played this season, it's so close, but I guess I'll go Cincy -2.5 if I have to pick it for the overall record. But this is the stay away. Las Vegas and the New York Giants. Las Vegas -3.5. I've seen it at -3, now it's -3.5. This is a golden lock. This is one of the golden locks of the week. I am taking Las Vegas -3.5. This isn't even a question to me. The Giants haven't been good. I know they played the Chiefs close last week. The Chiefs haven't been good either. So I don't care. I know Vegas is dealing with their own stuff right now. The way they steamed through the Gruden thing and didn't miss a beat, I feel like they'll be able to do the same with the Ruggs thing. I know that's more on the field, but I think they'll be able to do the same. So this is a golden lock. Vegas, to me, is way better than 3.5 points, better than the Giants. I don't care that it's on the road. So Vegas -3.5, that's easy. Chargers. This one's down to -1.5. People are hammering Philly in this one. I see it even at -1 in some places. It was at -2. I'm taking the Chargers. I still trust Justin Herbert. I know he didn't have a great game last week against the Patriots. I know the Eagles' defense is playing better too, so that's a big thing. The Lions last week, not exactly the biggest test, but either way, I think the Chargers get their rhythm back. I think they handle Philadelphia. I think this line's way too close. This is one of the golden locks as well. Chargers, -1.5, -2, whatever you can get this at, just take it. Chargers, -1.5. That's an easy one to me. Kansas City, -7 over Green Bay. Honestly, the Jordan Love thing doesn't scare me. I know this still kind of confusing. Is Jordan Love good? Is he not? It's still up in the air because we've heard so many weird different rumors about him in his training camp and such like that. But I'm not really scared of the Jordan Love thing. The Giants played the Chiefs close last week with a quarterback that I don't think is very good in Daniel Jones. So Jordan Love comes in. I still think the Chiefs are going to continue to struggle. That line's way too big for the way the Chiefs have been playing. The Chiefs really shouldn't be favored by -7 over anybody right now with the way they're going. So I'm going to take Green Bay. Arizona, San Francisco. I am going to take San Francisco -2.5 in this one. And this is another lock. I think San Francisco's playing better now. Arizona, obviously, without Kyler Murray in this game, is going to be huge, massive. I don't know how they're going to be able to move the ball very well. DeAndre Hopkins a little bit hobbled as well. So, maybe they're feeling it a little bit after that loss to Green Bay last week. So, personally, I think the 49ers are going to continue to improve, continue to get better. They've started to use Ayuk for the first time a little bit more, so maybe that helps their offense a little bit. So I think this is an easy one too. This is a golden lock. San Francisco -2.5. And the fourth and final golden lock this week is the LA Rams -7 over Tennessee. I think this Tennessee team is going to be reeling. They haven't had to break out their passing offense too much this year because Derrick Henry's been so good. Now what are they going to do? In that first game without Derrick Henry, I think this is a little too low. If I was Vegas, I probably would have set this line a little higher. I know Tennessee still has a lot of other weapons. How are they going to use A.J. Brown? Is Julio ready to go? Is he fully healthy? When's that going to happen? When are we going to see him being the normal Julio that we know him to be? So, LA Rams -7. This is another lock for me, so that'll be included in that one. Finally, last game of the week, Chicago, Pittsburgh -6. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I still think Pittsburgh's the better team. I think Chicago, they found a little something against the 49ers last week, and, they look better. Justin Fields made a nice play, but, I still think that offense, especially Justin Fields going against that Steelers defense, I don't like the proposition of that at all for Justin Fields. The Steelers offense obviously struggling. Who knows what's going to happen with Boswell now because he's questionable, but even still, I trust the Steelers to continue to improve this season and be a reliable team, and Chicago's not a reliable team. So -6, a little high maybe for what you'd want it to be for that game, especially without a field goal kicker, but I'm going to take it. I think the Steelers offense will be good today, even against that Bears defense. So that's it, -6. All right, that is all the games that we have on the slate for this week, besides Thursday games, of course. But thank you guys for watching. We'll have the record next week. We'll see how I did, and we'll see how the locks are, and we'll pick another slate of games, and we'll keep it rolling. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, make sure to check out the NBA picks, too, if you want to check out those, and we'll see you next week.